Hey YouTube, let's talk common sense here. What happened in Las Vegas is deplorable and it's awful. I don't understand why anyone would commit such an atrocity. But we can't change what happened. We can't change that the criminal element is out there. We don't need laws that say we can't own this, we can't own that. That's not going to change anything. Because people are still going to acquire weapons of any nature, be it gun, be it bomb, be it knife, machete. If you look at some of the most infamous mass murderers in history, they never used a gun, never once. Jeffrey Dahmer didn't use a gun. He abducted his victims and cut them up. Oklahoma City bombing, went out and rented a truck, filled it with ammonium nitrate, parked it in the parking garage, and detonated it. Killed thousands. World Trade Center, airplanes were used. All these attacks that's happening overseas, they're using bombs, they're not using guns. Because they can't, they use what they have. And if they can't get a gun, they'll build a bomb. Look at what happened with that marathon. They went to a local store, bought a pressure cooker, filled it with some explosives, nails. They killed several and injured a bunch more. No guns were used. If you take the guns away, you're still going to have your criminal element, and you're still going to have the problems. One of the largest gangs in the U.S., and it is the most violent gang in the U.S., the MS-13. If you're not familiar with them, look them up. Their favorite method of killing someone is with a machete. They feel it's personal. It sends a strong message, and it does. It sends a strong message because that's horrific. For someone to have that sort of mindset that I'm going to take this machete and I'm going to cut you up with it, that's strong. Anybody can pull a gun out and shoot somebody from a distance or up close, but it takes someone to take a machete and hack you up. We need to use common sense here, people. You can ban all the guns you want to ban. You can ban the guns with removable magazines, folding stocks, short barrels, flash suppressors, noise suppressors. You can ban all them you want. You're not going to stop nothing. Crime is still going to take place. I don't understand where you think it's going to stop it. But you got to use common sense when you're thinking about this stuff and you're posting this stuff online, and you're getting on national TV and talking about, well, if they'd have had this, there'd have been more deaths. No, there wouldn't have. Hillary Clinton got on national TV or on Twitter. I retract that, but got on Twitter, and if silencers would have been legal, there'd have been more killings. No, Hillary, it wouldn't have. It shows just how ignorant you and your liberal buddies really are concerning noise suppressors. They don't make guns silent, as you see in the movies. That's Hollywood. they use electronics to make those sounds in the movies. The guns aren't really fired. They're CO2 operated, so the action works and all that on film. But the sound is electronic. If people would educate themselves as far as guns go, and who owns them, and what's out there, for the standard American citizens to own, they would see that there's no more out there than there ever has been. You want to jump on the bandwagon of machine guns. Well, machine guns. Machine guns were outlawed in the 80s. And they're still outlawed today. And they're going to remain outlawed unless you have the proper licensures to possess. And there is so much red tape, it could take a person a couple years to even get the proper licenses and the site to even to build it that the ATF and local law enforcement would approve for a Class 3 weapon to be stored. So things aren't changing because crime is changing. The criminal, like I said, the criminals are going to get whatever they want, however they want, whenever they want. It don't matter what laws you have in place. People are still going to drive without license. That's illegal. People are still going to obtain illegal narcotics. That's been illegal for years. People are still going to obtain illegal weapons, even though they're a known felon. You read it every day in your local sheriff's department's website. So-and-so arrested for possession of a firearm while being a felon. Those people are getting these guns illegally. No law is preventing them from doing this. They're walking through these laws. They don't care because they're criminals. That's what they do. It really boils down to it's just pure ignorance. And people that live in gated communities where they have a guard sitting at the front entrance with a pistol or a shotgun or MP5 H&K, which is a submachine gun. They don't have to worry about their lives being in danger, their homes being broken into, their children being abducted, or their wives or their children being sexually assaulted, because they're protected. All these politicians, and every single one of them, live in a situation where you can't get to them. If you tried to get to them, you would probably be killed. So why are the politicians and all that making laws that really don't pertain to them, and saying, well, it's good enough for me, it should be good enough for all the other citizens of the United States? That's not common sense. That's ignorance. And it's not just liberals thinking like this. It's a lot of people thinking like this. They don't know what things are, and if you don't know what things are, it's proven fact, you're in fear of them. So let's use common sense here, people, and quit this ignorant way of thinking and educate yourselves and look at the big picture here. It's not all about you. There's other people out here. It's not just one world. If we all played by the same book and we all had to follow the same laws, that's called communism. And we don't, last time I checked, we still lived in the United States. And if you go and try to change these laws and change the Constitution of the United States to benefit you and your way of thinking, then all the men and women who have died serving our country, it's all been done in vain. So think about it, America. You know, if you don't want guns, don't own them. If you don't like the rifles with removable magazines, folding stocks, flash suppressors, noise suppressors, don't own them. If you don't like the fact that a store sells certain things that you don't want to be associated with, don't shop there. It's real simple. It's common sense. You don't have to be associated with people that own guns. If you don't want to be associated with people that own guns or go out and shoot, then don't. It's your right. You know, my dad served in the U.S. military. I have a lot of good friends that served everywhere from Vietnam to Iraq to Kuwait and all that. And they see the same things we see. If you don't like something, then just stay away from it. But you can't stop criminals from obtaining something just because you say it's illegal. Well, use of cell phones is illegal. You go to Washington, D.C., I go up there quite frequently. I'm up there at least once, twice a month. And what are people doing while driving down the road? They're on their cell phones. Well, that's illegal. You can't stop them. So, use common sense, America.